Don't understand what's going on here. Don't understand. Don't understand what's going on. Don't understand. I'll say it again. Don't understand. I'll say it again. Don't understand. I'll say it again. Don't understand here.
I felt like a boonga butterfly. Felt like a boonga.
It's so easy.
Felt like a boonga. Felt like
You got it.
I felt like a
Somebody got it.
like I felt like a
It's so easy. Somebody got it.
I felt like a butterfly. Felt like a butterfly. Felt like a butterfly. I felt like a butterfly.
Don't understand.
I felt like a butterfly.
Don't understand what's going on here. Don't understand. I'll say it again. Don't understand. I'll say it again. Don't understand what's going on. Don't understand. I'll say it again. Don't understand what's going on. Bingo. Go.
I felt like a
Don't understand. I'll say it again. Don't understand. I'll say it again. Don't understand what's going on here. I'll say it again. I'll say it again. I'll say it. Don't understand what.
They can hear me, but can they hear you?
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome, folks, to episode 247 of the Hack Jack Show. I am the generally beautiful and moronic hack.
And I'm your favorite VTuber, Jack.
And tonight, folks, is gonna be all about the games. Reboot. Trying to go along with one breath. Start over. Yes, there's a whole plethora of game announcements that happened over the weekend, and even this morning with the Nintendo Direct. And basically this whole episode, for mostly on my end, since Jack caught a few highlights. He's always busy on the weekends. He's got to make that money. But I'm gonna have to kind of speed run to at least the major announcements that interest me, or at least have what's the word I'm looking for, or at least has a lot of people talking about. There we go. And also, hey Johnny, he says, all about the gays. You're not the same since the break.
It's all about the gays today
I know it's all
for Pride Month.
Oh, that's right. It is Pride Month. I completely forgot about that.
The gays.
I haven't seen a lot of rainbow flags online lately, so I've forgotten. But before we go into the games, I actually want to I actually do want to start off with something that was talked about in the last episode, but now we can have a follow up. Jack, you talked about you wanting to see the back rooms in the last episode. You've seen it. You
Mhm.
told me about it off stream. So now go ahead and tell our audience what do you think of the film now that you have seen it.
I loved the film. Like it was definitely one of those things where I will like to preface this first. Uh, this is how this is not like in the sort of meme sense where it's like pandering to an audience of see this we know the internet creepy pastas. No, at least to me, it felt very genuine and like it felt like an actual director was going with this idea and spinning it their own way in a sense. Uh, Considering that the director himself is very, very well known and loved in the whole backrooms community, so I absolutely loved how he did his own, and you can find his stuff on Kane Parsons in YouTube. You can find his stuff there. It's on YouTube, everything. Uh, the movie itself, I like the suspense of it, the unknown aspect of how everything was because I don't know. I guess nowadays I'm just tired of horror movies always doing a jump scare. Like they never give us, they don't let us sit in that sense of suspense or dread. They always got a jump scare.
Hey, because
So
it's
this one was
easy
a breath of
scares.
fresh air for me.
You know what?
I don't know.
If it came out when the last time we moved with the family, probably should have watched that. It will be better than the literal jump scares that I had to sit through. Cause
Yep.
ooh, the demon of
And
the highway. Anyways, go ahead.
I love the way the movie does things. To like not spoiler a lot. It's basically has a couple of main characters. Hmm I don't know. I guess the best way to describe it is that there is a main character initially, but for the most part, it focuses itself on the place rather than the characters.
Oh,
You know, in its own way.
I think I recall one of the it was actually Ghetto. In the last episode, he complained about the the final act of the film, and I'm curious, do you have this a similar complaint that he has, in which you think the film suffers a little bit near the end?
Uh, I mean, I personally don't, mainly because of again, it's the way that they described how the backrooms works kind of makes it a different twist compared to how the internet does it. So you know how it is with the internet. They see something interesting that's fresh and new. They gravitate towards it, but if to them it's not scary enough, they got to add in a bunch of more monsters just for no reason. Like, oh, this backrooms level 69, and you got horny horny prostitutes running around, and if you touch one, you explode. Your penis explodes.
What are you,
But no,
the new
this one.
Silent Hill?
But to me, I'm like, okay, I kind of like, yeah, the entity was interesting, but when they explained it a little bit, I was like, okay, I can kind of see that. That's actually a very interesting take on the back rooms, and I like that idea. So, but of course, it goes into like a little bit of psychoanalysis of the characters.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I am. It is good to hear that you liked it, and I'm sure that both my siblings are missing out because I know they've been watching that movie, and as well Obsession. I think actually, Jack, almost
Hmm
these past few weekends, my brother keeps asking my family, "Hey, can we go to the movies again? Can we go to the movies again?" So, so I see. So I'm starting to see it. Those are like the two films that he really wants to see. Johnny asks, bit of an insider question. do they have the company exploring the place like in the YouTube series? This is a question for you, Jack.
Yes, but you don't really see them that much. You know they exist. You know they exist. It's just that they're not the main focus of this movie.
All right. Well, with that short topic done, now we can get in announced. So first off, we're gonna skip the entirety of Sony's because I did not watch it and I did not care.
Yeah,
All right,
I like that.
um yes, there's I think the only thing people are talking about is the new God of War spin-off game, which wow. All That's actually crazy. The first new PS5 God of War game that Sony fans get, it is not even like a proper God of War. It's a spin-off after like 4 years. Oh, I hate to be them right now. It's a little sad, but hey, you get to play, for what I understand, as Perrin's wife, Kratos' wife in Hell. So woo, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, which wife?
Uh,
The original or the
the
new one?
the new one, the new one, because that's the one Sony cares about right now.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah, the new wife, not the old one, from the
No, we forget about the old one.
yeah, forget
Screw them.
exactly. Screw them until the trilogy remakes comes out. Hey, Ghetto, and also hello, Matthias. He says seals Jack in a box with nothing but Arby's.
Ugh.
Ghetto says she's Karen from. It's actually Deborah Ann Wool. Well, good for. Well, you know what? Good for her. I'm glad she's got to do something that's not just Karen Page from Daredevil, because I don't see her in anything else. So yeah, we're skipping all the Sony's because I'm not interested. Uh, After that was the Summer's Game Fest, and the notable announcements from that to me was number one, the one that caught everyone by surprise. Jack, maybe you saw this, but did you see that a celebrity was resurrected from the dead for one of the games presented at Summer's Game Fest?
Wait, no. What? Which one?
Oh, you know what? If you don't know, we can watch it because it's actually pretty short. Um, the let me go ahead and bring it up now. As for what the game is actually the what's going to be the newest like a dragon game, but this one being like the a actually, do you know what's the next Yakuza slash like a dragon game?
The next newest one? No, I have not heard of it. I didn't know
Okay.
that they released another so quickly.
Oh, it's not out yet, but it's coming out. And this one, they're taking a more riskier, not riskier, a more what's the word I'm looking for? Not endurance, not impact. They're taking a
More not risky. Damn.
grander narrative, because
Okay.
the game is called Stranger Than Heaven, and what it is that it's a game exploring the origins of the the Dojima clan. So this is this is way before Kiryu.
Okay.
And one of the big narrative talking points of the game is that the game takes place, I believe, over a 30-year time period. So your main, I'm sorry, the Tojo clan. Thank you, Ghetto. Thank you for correcting me. So so because of that, you're playing a game in which you are the main character. You're gonna follow his journey from being a okay. Gotcha. Thank you for that, Ghetto. So as the main character, you're gonna see him coming as a an interesting origin. Is a lot to go through, but basically, your main character, he is, even though he is Japanese,
Hmm.
he did not grow up completely in Japan. So he's recently moved back to his home country, but because he's not Japan, but because he wasn't born in Japan and he's doesn't act like a Japanese person, he is very ostracized in society. And because this is Japan, I believe in the early 50s or at least late 40s. I want to say the early 50s. So like
Hmm.
straight out of World War II, you explore that era of him within that era of Japan, at, of post-war Japan, and him starting his own crime family with the Chojo clan all the way through, I believe, till the 80s. So that's kind of the big narrative journey that the game is taking you to.
Ah, I see.
And now, all that context is now I'll give you all that so that to also tell you that because it's a big ambitious game, that's what we're looking for. Ambitious. Sega is pulling literally their treat is almost like a movie where they're having a whole bunch of both Japanese and Western celebrities into their game. And in a previous
Hmm.
trailer, they announced that Snoop Dogg himself, in voice and in likeness, will be playing a character in the game.
Oh.
And in this next one, you'll they show off a much even bigger and a more stranger to fit with the title announcement, and I don't want to spoil it because you don't know it, so I want to see your genuine reaction. So I'm going to actually just send you the link. I'm going to share it through disc. We're going to do the Discord watch thing. So give me a moment to set that up, and I want everyone in the chat to be on your behavior. Don't spoil it for anyone because I know all of you know it. I know all of you know it.
Peggy 18.
So let me go ahead and get the trailer ready. Yeah, full screen that sucker. And of course we'll transition here on the stream so you guys can enjoy the trailer too. It's very short, about a minute long. And share screen. All right, Jack, confirm with me that you can see the trailer. You should see a Peggy 18.
I could see it.
Oh,
yeah.
all right. Not that Peggy. All right, let's go ahead and start the trailer, and we'll let it speak for itself.
調べたぞお前らのこと海の向こうじゃアジア人ってんでのけ者にされて日本じゃ毛頭扱い俺は何人なんだって何度も思ったろ敵討ちかつまらねえことに人生使ってんな大統領
この件にけじめをつけねえと俺の人生始まらねえんだ。
Okay. 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 What?
Yep.
Why? How?
Actually, I can answer how. Because this game is is in collaboration with Death Row Records, which is the music label that I believe Snoop Dogg is either a part of or he owns. And Death Row Records own the music and likeness of Tupac.
Huh.
Yep.
Someone's got to make a Diddy mod now. No.
No. Yeto says he literally yelled out Tupac when he saw that. Yeah, and he was, and I, and he, a few seconds ago he did that. He was sharing it on my Discord server. So, and I was flabbergasted, and I don't. like everyone else online, we don't like. It's hard to know what to feel. At the same time, it's cool as Tupac. At the same time, it's like, wait,
Yeah.
how is this gonna be done? Is this gonna be
Yeah.
tasteful or is this gonna be extremely tasteless? Because
Uh,
one thing too, Jack, that's not the only actor they brought, or I should say, celebrity they brought back for the dead for this game. There's actually a very famous older Japanese actor that Sega is also putting his likeness into the game as well in a similar vein to Tupac. So the
oh.
game will feature two uh, dead celebrities as characters.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. So I talked with this with Ghetto in my Discord server, and we kind of come to the agreement. Like, okay, it can be weird, but as long as they just maybe get like a voice impersonator who can act and just not be stupid with it, and definitely don't try to do any type of weird AI shenanigans with Tupac, and
Hmm.
definitely the Japanese celebrity they're doing the same thing with, it should be fine. It's weird, but it should be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was one of the big like weird like what the heck moments that happened at the Summer's Game Fest. Actually, and I do kind of a springboard because it was also announced in that same event the next Resident Evil game, which is
Yeah.
going to be a Rimkake. That's a vertical all
Yeah.
remakes from now on this channel. Rimkakes.
Yeah.
It is a Rimkake of I can't believe it, Jack. How come Capcom remake or Rimkake the most divisive Resident Evil game in the series? How dare they?
What they need to do, the only thing that can absolve them of their sins is keep not creepy, the weird laughs. Keep the weird laughs. I want to hear the weird laughs. The freaking I forgot who does that. It's just like
Oh, good lord.
from one of the brother, like I think it was the brother. No, they probably won't keep the cheesiness of it. They took out some of the cheesiness from the originals.
In fairness, the original Code Veronica is not that cheesy of a game. Not really.
I know, but it's just the acting, the voice acting. I mean,
But that's due to more like the talent that they had on hand. Less though.
no, yeah, I understand. It's just that there's just something in my heart, kind of like how I wish the Shenmue kept the original, like deadpan voice acting, which I forgot. Did they?
They kept some of the actors, who play the major characters from Shenmue 1 and 2 into Shenmue 3. But in regards to like your regular NPCs, they don't have that sound of some American guy that Sega pulled into the recording booth. They don't have that type of sound to them. They actually sound like voice actors.
Oh, okay, I see.
But yeah, so now bringing up Code Veronica because as you told me for the show, you do want to have a little something to share regards to two remakes. Resident Evil Code Veronica was one of the games being remade, and as well as the first Halo. And this morning, as was announced, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. You can also add in Star Fox 64 is also being remade. So yeah, a lot of remakes. Oh, and also I almost forgot. Adding to that conversation, the third game in the Final Fantasy VII remake trilogy that's also coming out. So it's a lot of remake heavy focus for this past weekend with game events. So with all of that, and we definitely have talked. Jack and I talked extensively about remakes in previous episode. I have a whole dedicated video about it. So I'm actually kind of wondering, Jack, Um, what specifically will you be talking about in this regard in terms of remakes? So I'll let you go. The floor is yours.
Uh, when it comes to we talked a little bit about how like gaming companies nowadays they tend to do these remakes because it's easy money. It's that's just generally how it's being shown. And yes, it is still very much considered easy money for them to do all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. And but what I am getting tired of seeing is, at least, okay, this is specifically for Halo. This is just specifically for Halo.
All right.
I am tired of seeing these claims of, oh, this is, we're staying true to the game. But they don't add in enough of the time to do some of the small things that Halo Combat Evolved did. First of all, campaign evolved is literally just that, campaign evolved. You're just playing the campaign. When Halo's big thing was not just the campaign, but also its multiplayer. Like literally,
Yeah.
that was its bread and circus right there.
Mm-hmm. Very, very much so.
And the other thing is that from what I was seeing from the trailer itself, is what worries me the most is the fact that with Halo campaign evolved, I am seeing it's kind of hard to differentiate this from any other Unreal game. Like, yes, it has the elites, it has the grunts and everything, but like when you're looking at the landscape, it's kind of hard to tell what the how samey some of the stuff looks like from other Unreal games. And I don't know, it feels weirdly vibrant from what Halo 1 is supposed to be. The the other aspect is just how they're coding the AI for this game. They're not coding it in the dynamic way how Combat Evolved was. In Combat Evolved, these elites and like all of them, all the enemy AI was strangely like intricate in how it was made. When you threw a grenade, the enemy reacted to the point where you could not like Halo 1 had they were infamous. The elites were infamous for never standing in one spot for too long.
Mm-hmm.
They always moved around. They ducked, dived, and did everything they can to avoid. And if they noticed that you were low health, they would chase you. So I don't know if it's just me with the nostalgia glasses, but just these little things kind of is what captivated me to Halo itself. Looking at the trailer, all I saw was an elite randomly running past Chief, shooting at a Marine. Not even looking at the Chief, just like more or less running past him. The grunts were out of position. The Most of the enemies were just standing there waiting to be shot.
Mm. Yeah. In fairness, it is just it is just trailer footage, and in the sense that it is edited to look good for the trailer. I uh had to actually see actual gameplay because what you're saying could actually be
They did
good.
have actual gameplay too.
Oh, it did.
Well, like not just the trailer, but like they showed off the game.
I
And
see.
the game itself, again, like the elites, they did the usual like very basic AI of see player, shoot player, but they never sought after the player, or if they were also in low health, they didn't try to take cover. It was very bare minimum.
Mm.
And they changed I mean, this part is just this part of me talking is just nitpicking.
I,
So you can take this part with a grain of salt, but like
I,
some of the levels were changed up a bit, and it kind of took out some of the the original Bungie's level design ideas or reasonings why they did this in a certain way, like the taking out a boulder so people can drive up and fight the hunters there. So they ended up steamrolling the hunters because they could just drive up to the hunters and use a warthog.
right. And
But again, that's nitpicking.
yeah, and I think for all of the games that are being remade, especially if it's a game that people have put in hours upon hours, and you notice every little details. Um, it will be it will be jarring for any one of us to see all of these differences. I think it's more so that I think it's more so like, okay, are these differences something that can live with, or is this something gonna be like, okay, this is a hinting at, oh, this may not feel like the same game that I remember playing before? Because more often than not, it's gonna, even if it's technically the same game, is not gonna feel like the same game you played before. It could be a good game, it could be a well made game, but it's not gonna evoke that same feeling. Which, kind of jumping ahead all the Nintendo stuff, I feel like that's people are gonna say when Ocarina of Time comes out, which I'm assuming is gonna be near the end of the year. It's most likely gonna be a fine game, and in some ways improve upon the original, but because it will not invoke a certain feeling or certain uh
I guess playstyle would be.
or certain observations, it will not evoke the same game as the original. I feel like a lot of people will try to dismiss that, and whether that is fair is up to you, because you know the original's still there for anyone to play, and they can just ignore what the remake is. I would like to come into the seat of, okay, you're remaking this game. I want to experience something different and actually see what you can improve upon, or just something that will be more unique to it. Using Halo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe one of the big announcements, they said that the campaign can be played with 4 players. And I actually would like to experience that, playing the Halo 1 campaign with the 4 player co-op. That sounds like something that is going to be extremely fun, if not like just chaotic to handle. And of course, those original levels were not designed for 4 players to traverse through all at once. 2 at the most, and even then, that's that's being generous. So they're gonna try to have 4 people, a campaign of 4 players co-op. I actually would like to experience that, just just for the novelty of it. So I actually am glad that at least for Halo campaign involved, they're having some sort of novelty, and it's not just the exact same game.
I mean, one thing. I guess the one thing I will say is that uh, they are gonna add in prequel stories or prequel missions. I mean, sorry, prequel missions.
Oh, that's right.
3 of them.
That's right.
Uh, some people may say like, "Oh, but we won't be canon." I mean, there was many missions prior to Halo. Like when I say Halo, I mean the start of the game. There were many missions prior to that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just like took something out of one of the books.
Man, that would be neat. At least for the more diehard Halo fans, we get like, oh, they're doing this thing from one of the novels. That would be.
Yep.
If that was in their shoes, that would be cool. But
The only thing is, I will say, is I'm probably not gonna get the game until it's like discounted heavily.
fair enough. Especially if there's not gonna have any multiplayer, and more than likely the price of it's gonna be hitting that wallet. I say that's a fair judgment, especially for a game
Yeah,
that
because
you
like
technically
$50.
yeah, especially for a game
$50.
you technically already played before.
In many ways, I played it the original. I played the Master Chief Collection, which has its own remade textures.
Yeah, updated textures and I think sound too, but it's still the same
The only
game
thing
and a
is,
skeleton.
one thing I will hope, and I'm gonna look at online walkthroughs because I wanna see if they did the freaking 343 level properly. The one thing I did not like about the Master Chief Collection is that they did not make the 343 level properly. They took out some things, probably because they wanted to keep a certain rating, but I don't know.
We'll have to see. Uh, moving on now. Let's see. Uh, I think there's something else for announced the Summer Games Fest, but that's coming to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and pivot to a
Mhm.
to a big game, another Sega game that I am extremely hyped for. Jack, I cannot wait for the next Virtual Fighter project. Now has an official name with Virtual Fighter Crossroads, and to show that it is still a sequel. In the logo for Virtua Fighter Crossroads, the V and I is highlighted to form the Roman numeral 6. So even though it's not calling it 6, it's Virtua Fighter 6. And uh I oh okay, here's the one thing I could say if I'm trying to sell it to you, if I'm Mr. Sega to sell this game to you, and is that the big thing about this next Virtua Fighter is that since it's made by Ryogo Gaku, the Like a Dragon development team, because it is made by them, RGG, instead of just making a fighting game, they Jack. It is I said this a handful of times because
They're making an experience.
you just listen. Because I said this a handful of times when I realized it, Jack. It has
Mhm.
come full circle because the next Virtual Fighter is essentially what the original Shenmue was supposed to be. It is a Virtual
Okay.
Fighter RPG.
No, I can believe it.
Eh,
I was already sold when Virtual Fighter was already announced, like with that tech demo.
Well, that was more of a proof of concept than a tech demo.
Even then, still,
So,
still,
yep,
I saw it and I liked the combat. I was like, yep, that's good enough for me.
yep, and there's a whole big so they have like an initial trailer, and then they have a whole um a bit they have like a very actually pretty long showcase of what the developers want to do with this new Virtual Fighter, which if you're interested in the game, I recommend everyone to go watch it. If this was a longer show, we would, but if we did that, it will take up the majority of this episode. So please go watch it so that you can understand what's going to be in this next Virtual Fighter game. Because in many ways, and I saw a comment said this and it was very accurate in that Sega is not looking to be better than Tekken. Sega is looking to be bigger than Street Fighter, because their whole big single player content is like, oh, hey, Street Fighter 6 World Tour, cute. All right, we're gonna do the same thing, except ours is gonna look better, and we're gonna have 4 different campaigns between 4 main characters. And they also show it off, like at least how the fighting will work within the single player mode. And dude, it is so much similar to Shenmue in that you'll have your traversing segments, and then you'll get to your fight segments on in the story context. And the best part is that when the fight starts, you're fighting in the environment that you're in, just like in Shenmue. Now, also add one thing to it is that I don't know this will be the case for the actual proper fighting versus mode, but in the single player, any environment that you're in, there's gonna be a whole bunch of objects for you to interact with, and just literally using the environment to your advantage, from like breaking characters onto tables and chairs to just throwing them against the wall. And
I can't wait to have an Easter egg where I can play Lucky Hit.
I don't know. It's yet to be seen how in depth the RPGness of the game is going to be, because they didn't really show that off too much. Regards to showcase, if there's one thing I was kind of like cringing a little bit, was the dialogue
Mhm.
between the characters. Which was very it it was supposed to it's one of those ways where there's no natural way to explain who these are without characters explaining it. It's like it'll be like this. Hey Jack, my longtime buddy, how you doing? It's like that type of dialogue.
I see.
So I was cringing a little bit like that, and but I was like, you know what? Just I don't mind cheesy dialogue. If this is something that's in the beginning of the game just to establish who's who and what's what, fine. I just hope it gets better. Uh, Also, I think this might be depending on how vulgar the dialogue is gonna be, this might be the first like M-rated fighting game that's not Mortal Kombat, because there's like a whole bunch of F-bombs being dropped in the trailer or in the showcase at least.
Oh, okay.
So that's gonna be interesting. They have a mature rating Virtua Fighter game, and so yeah, that's to me that's like the big game, huge big game I am looking forward to, and comes out next year. There's not a solid release date, and also despite all how intricate and well in depth that the game looks, I do love the fact that in the showcase, the developers go, "We are not. It is still a 3-button fighting game. You will still punch, kick, and block. We're not deviating from that." And I actually do love that they try to dissuade the idea that Virtua Fighter is this super in-depth complex game, which you can make it so. Depends how deep you want to get it, but at its core, Virtua Fighter is a game anyone can pick up and have a good time, since it's very easy to learn, just very difficult to master. And I'm certainly going to retain more of that knowledge more than Tekken, because good lord, Tekken is just too much at times. Johnny says, "What is Killer Instinct's rating?" I don't know the original. I know the 2013 one was not rated M because it didn't have any mature themes. But I don't know about the original arcade games. Don't think I don't think they were at N ratings either. Like they had like fatalities or of sorts, but I never see anyone that were like extremely blurry and bloody. Mostly just some of them were
Bloody.
some of them were just kind of goofy. Oh, and also on the also I wanted to mention new Crazy Taxi coming out. That should be fun. I like a good arcadey racing type of game. Hopefully it's fun. So some Crazy Taxi. Moving on. No, this is gonna be another quick one. This wasn't mentioned in any of the big presentations, but this was leaked, and then because it was leaked, the official announcement came like an hour in. There's gonna be a remaster of Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee coming to all modern systems, and I am happy because that is one of my childhood games with Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. Happy that it's coming back, and hopefully they can do more to that game, because technically speaking, I'd rather they remaster the sequels, because you just have a lot more monsters to play with than in the first game. But if they can, but since they're all running on the same engine, hopefully, maybe like through DLC or expansions or whatever, they can add in more monsters. Because I too would love to have 3 versions of Mecha Godzilla. I don't know about you.
I am personally just would be happy to play any of the fighting game Godzillas because I never did.
You missed out those. Oh, you missed out a lot. And I was always jealous of my friend, a childhood friend of mine who had a PS2. And even though I had the original game, he had Godzilla Save the Earth, which was the sequel. And I was jealous of it because he had more of the monsters. And I was like, no, I want to be Jet Jaguar. It's like you actually get to play as Mothra and all of that jazz. So, now if you actually do look at the trailer for the remaster of Godzilla Straws on Melee, one thing I noticed that it is a genuine remaster because they are not going back to make all the destruction elements look pretty. And that's something I very much noticed is that everything's got updated textures and visual effects, but the way that buildings are destroyed or broken, they still look like big, they still look like big chunks of pieces with just a very
Chunks of Lego.
Not quite, but still chunks of pieces with a very very realistic texture to them. It's just funny.
Oh.
But whatever. It's like, you know what? That's just a limitation of the original game. If anything, it shows that they don't want to completely overhaul it and do like a remake. So this is a proper remaster. All right, moving on from that. This goes like, I do want to say regards to Xbox, what it was that I actually saw that they announced there was a limited edition of the Xbox Series X. And I'm not gonna lie, for a brief moment, my mind went, you know, maybe I should get an Xbox because of that limited edition console. It's like it's our young, it's our generation's what's looking for taste. It is a transparent Xbox green box.
Yep.
And I'm like, that looks good. It's probably super expensive, but I would like to have that. I probably won't get it. And after this nostalgia wears by, I'll be like, what do I want an Xbox for? But for a brief moment, I was like, man, it would kind of cool to have an Xbox. And plus, my little brother, he's just learned that there's gonna be a Xenoverse 3, which means that we're gonna if he wants to play the game, he's gonna want a modern console. And his mind, he's already sticking to PS5, but I wonder if maybe just to be different, it's like, you know, why not get an Xbox? They're gonna have the same games. You don't care about the Sony exclusives that much. I mean, let's be real. Taking PC option out of the way, if you just want to be the console player, unless you really want the exclusive Sony games, there's genuine no difference between owning one or the other. They'll have the same games with the same performance.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to really comment on Xbox. There was and we're going on to today with Nintendo, and I actually do want to share was that, oh, thank you, Ghetto. I forgot. Persona 6 was announced as being that it exists and that it is being worked on, and that's it. The game's theme is gonna be green.
Green. Ah, yes, for money.
For money.
The evils of money.
Money.
It's gonna talk about the evils of money and how the kids need to break through that habit. So to get their personas, they need to burn money.
But I need money to go on a date with Anne.
And you need money. Imagine having to pay your persona money by burning it. Persona burns $100 bill.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That was one of the big announcements of Summer Game Fest. The new season of Street Fighter Six. Okay, I'll briefly talk about it. There's gonna be a season 4 of DLC for Street Fighter Six, and the big thing about
Yes.
that is that it's gonna be 3 original characters, which is good,
Mm-hmm.
and another guest character. Would you like to make an educated guess of who this guest character is for Street Fighter Six?
Tifa.
Ah, so you already know.
Yeah, I already knew.
All right. Hey, I don't know what you know. So yeah, Tifa's coming to Street Fighter 6. I personally don't care. I'm more interested in the new characters, but hey, you know what? Sexy women sell, and you know what? Capcom is smart for that. They beat Tekken to it. Or rather, Square I think it's semi-confirmed that Bandai Namco did go to Square Enix and like, hey, can we add Tifa into Tekken? And they said, we'll give you Clive instead. But when Capcom,
Okay. I will say this though. I will ask this. So whoever here has like either completed or is like still kept up with Street Fighter 6's story mode, I gotta ask y'all, because at this point, this is the big question: why did it take 4 years
that's,
for Boss to come out?
that is an excellent
Because
question.
when I saw him, I'm like, oh, okay, I can't wait to try him out in the. Where is he? I was literally like, where is he? Huh? Man talks big game, and I don't see him for 4 years. Now suddenly he's here.
You know what it is? It's because Capcom got a lot of goodwill and they want to deliver all the okay, look, here's all the characters that the fan favorites. All right, now we can do some new stuff. But as soon as they do some new stuff, as Geto was saying, worst season pass of Street Fighter. It has fallen. Street Fighter will never recover from this. This will be the worst year for Street Fighter.
I'm sorry, your character gets. Are you telling me that suddenly the Sinner Archbishop of Gluttony took over and took your name and memories, and now you don't exist, or like you don't get remembered? Okay, I see.
Goodbye, John Street Fighter, or John Tori hardly knew ye. After
How will this be possible? How is it possible that my Yujiro Hanma got forgotten by the world? Do I have to remind everyone that he's the strongest creature?
don't worry, he would just no, he still exists because Tekken technically exists within the world of Street Fighter.
I see.
There's that loophole.
I see what happened. Yujiro got erased from the Street Fighter 6 universe and went to Tekken. I see. He didn't get erased. He got isekai'd.
Nah, he just took the next train over to Tekken world. So yeah, that's all really I have my thoughts on Street Fighter 4. Mostly because it's just character announcements. We don't know how they're gonna play. But in terms of designs, actually, they look cool. I'm actually interested to see what Yasmin, to see if she has any cool gameplay. Otherwise, what
Is it Yasmin with the Y, right?
Yep.
Or is it with the J?
with a Y, Yasmin.
Okay.
So it'll be neat to see what will be there. Same thing with Persona 6. It's just a logo, nothing to say there. Gail says that's how Terry explains his inclusion. Different dimensions? Nah, I'm just traveling. Yeah, don't you know? Southtown is across the river from Metro City, just like Metropolis in Gotham City. It was just one town over, don't you know?
Don't you know?
Chris-
Ingrid just kind of came out of nowhere and brought him into Street Fighter.
So Chris says Tekken World should be a stage in Kingdom Hearts for it. All right, that's a good segue into the Nintendo Direct. That was odd to see Kingdom Hearts 4, like new footage, like brand new footage of Kingdom Hearts 4 in a Nintendo Direct. It's quite odd.
I weirdly thought that the game already came out.
No, it's been in. Oh, like when's actually was the first announcement? I want to say like since 2021, maybe. When was the first announced? Hold on. Da, 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 da. Okay, yeah. So, formally announced in 2022. So, yeah, about 4 years ago. So, yeah, it's been developed for about 4 years now, which is, you know what? That's pretty quick time by Kingdom Hearts standards.
Mhm.
I was really hoping to see, like, all right, I was to see, like, okay, who we're crossovering today, but we didn't get to see any of that. We just saw Donald and Goofy and Sora using a chain like weapon against the darkness in what looks like a modern day city. Uh, the o- the only soft confirmation is that when I was scrolling X before we started the show, was that the actor James Woods has confirmed that he's in a voice talent in the game. And if you don't know, James Woods is the voice of Hades from the movie Hercules. So we have a soft confirmation that Hades will at least be in the game. There you go.
I see.
But we don't know anything more than that in terms of what will be the Disney stuff. Um, but now to the rest of the Nintendo Direct, I do want to say, I sometimes heavily, I won't say hates because hate should be reserved to genuine things that matter, but I genuinely dislike of how Nintendo fans just go up in arms if either if neither the big M plumber doesn't get a new game, or if the Zelda game is not to what they think Zelda should be. And if neither of those things happens, it's a failure of a direct, not even worth my attention. Nintendo, you're a failure. You should go bury yourself in a ditch. And I hate that attitude from Nintendo fans. Because genuinely they were fun games announced in the Nintendo Direct for people with all different tastes. But no, we want the big bing bing wahoo, or they want the yeah, zap, zap. At this point, there should be, you know what? There should be some segregation between people who like Nintendo games and Mario and Zelda fans. Keep those separated because they don't represent people who like Nintendo games as a whole. I'm calling it
You hear
right
that,
now.
guys?
Segregate.
HAC wants segregation.
I want divisiveness and gatekeeping within the Nintendo fan base. Keep all the Mario fans over there and keep all the Zelda fans over here, and segregate the Zelda fans even more, because keep the 2D players in their own little weird fence and keep the people who like the 3D Zelda fans in their own commune. They could get us
All right.
separate
All
but
right,
not
guys.
equal.
All right, guys. When do I start the Google Doc?
You can start it right now with hacks and a lot of things, but I agree with him in spirit. So as far as things that actually interested me in terms of announcements, uh, number one, it's gonna be a new Rhythm Heaven game, which, you know what, is actually gonna be both for Switch One and Switch Two. That actually might be a fun game for us to play on Stream Jack, for us to play a co-op rhythm game together. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty interested in that. Like, I've never had a chance to play one.
Yeah, it'll be pretty fun. And so that was announced.
You're just gonna have me restart the level. Like, oh, not quite my tempo. No, I'm sorry.
Not quite the gauge tempo. Let's see. There are also a whole bunch of games that were previously released. They're finally coming to Switch 2, like Stellar Blade, Dragon's Dogma 2. You know what? Kudos. That's fine. Uh, I am liking that this, because the Switch 2 can show like, hey, we can play modern games without any real sacrifice to performance. That the Switch U is actually getting new games either around the same time, around the same day as the PS5 and Xbox and PC, such as with the new Onimusha that's coming out. Kingdom Hearts 4, when that game eventually launches, will launch on Switch too. And probably another game that and another game that that showed that, but it slips my mind right now. Thank you, Ghetto. There's also gonna really? The 2D Final Fantasy game is just a remake of a mobile game? Dang, I was hoping that was be like a genuine traditional Final Fantasy. It was called Final Fantasy Resonance. It had that HD 2D look, and I thought it was gonna be until Ghetto said that I thought it was gonna be a traditional Final Fantasy with just prettier sprites and environments. But if it's just a mobile game, bleh, bleh, I say it to that. There's gonna be an expansion pass for Pokopia. So there's actually a lot of kind of those cozy games that were announced. There's going to be a One Piece game theme around owning a restaurant with Sanji, which looks like which looks like a game that should have been released on the DS or Game Boy Advance, and I say that as a good thing because it's all pure sprites. Oh,
I see.
Gato says,
okay, I see what you mean.
Say it's still a traditional RPG. It's the story of a mobile game. Oh, then that's fine. Then okay, if it's actually I care more about the gameplay than the story in this regard. Okay, that's fine then. Let's see. There's also I actually am intrigued about Splatoon Raiders, which is gonna be the single player focused Splatoon game that's coming out. And I played the original Splatoon. I enjoyed it, but I'm not a big online shooter guy, even if it's done in a unique way like Splatoon. So to play a more single player experience with that same type of gameplay, I'm actually intrigued to actually try that out. For those who are big into Souls games, FromSoft is going to have a big closed network test for their next big game, the Dust Bloods. So I don't know how you can get in. I'm guessing that's gonna be excluded to the big streamers. So if you want to see Jack play through that, first of all, go get him a Switch 2, Nintendo Switch Online, and then make him big enough so he can enter the closed network test, so he can play the next Souls like game.
Oh boy!
Exactly. So make him super successful, so he can go and say, so he can say to y'all, "It's all right. It's Souls. What do you expect?" It's Souls with
It's a game.
Souls with vampires.
I've seen it before.
Oh wait, I
beat the game already.
Oh wait, here's something that actually Jack might care about. New guest characters added to Sonic Crossroads. This time, the big ones, literally big ones, are gonna be Godzilla and Evangelion, because that's how you pronounce it. So
yep.
There you go. Get in the go-kart, Shinji. You gotta race Godzilla.
It's certainly an interesting pick to have Evangelion.
I don't think so. If anything, that tells me Sega really wants their Japanese audience and plus the obviously Western audience to be like, no, we want the weebs to play this game all the time, and you will for the EVA Unit 1 color scheme. You will. Chris says hack watch 1 hour photo confirmed. 1 hour photo? What are you talking about? Is this some what's the word looking for those artsy films? Is this some art house film that I don't know about? That's to get it from the Criterion Collection, Chris. Gil says Evangelion has been the biggest horror franchise anyway. It don't matter. He is not wrong. You know what? It's allowed to be that now that what's his name? Who's the original creator? Jack, help me. Who created Evangelion? Help me. Itsuo,
I don't know.
Itsuno, Haruto, Naruto, Sasuke. No, that's not his name. Hideki Anno. Thank you. Stop. I see you typing it. I see you. I wasn't fast enough. I wasn't fast enough to stop him, Jack.
You've doomed us all.
I doomed us all. But yes, now that Hideaki Anno told the Evangelion story he wanted to tell, and he's closed the book on that. Now that franchise can go whore itself out to whoever wants it. So right now, Sega is being the sugar daddy for Evangelion. Oh man, 30 jokes aside, going back to Nintendo. The biggest announcement though was actually there's two big ones. Number one, the previous Xenoblade games are all gonna have Switch 2 edition, so you get to play all of them at 4K and at 60 frames. But you know what? That's pretty neat. And all of them are gonna have new content added. I saw that for the original game, they're gonna give the characters speeder bikes that you can fly through in the original Xenoblade, which I thought was pretty funny. It's silly, but silly in a cool like. Oh, okay, that's nice. So for all those, so for everyone here who has played Xenoblade, which I think is just me, Ghetto, you play Xenoblade? Please tell me. I don't want to be the only one here. Don't make me be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. I can't be the only.
I played a little bit. Haven't finished it though.
All right, you know what? We're on the same boat thing because I haven't finished it either, and I'm literally at the end. But it's I don't want to. It's such a hassle to get my Wii copy and put it in the Wii U, and it's just that's a hassle, Jack. Oh man. Diego says it's been like that. You never saw that video where somebody showed you could feasibly live off of nothing but Evangelion merch, as your entire house could just be Evangelion themed? That sounds like a nightmare. And Ghetto has not played Xenoblade. Okay, so it's just us, Jack. We're the Xenoblade heads here. Well, you barely, and me, I'm like only a third of the way there. We're actually no more of a fourth because a new Xenoblade game was announced called Xenoblade Genesis, and it looks like it could be a big old prequel. Or maybe a new series, who knows. Either way, new Xenoblade, new art style. Oh, and also new Fire Emblem with, you know what? I need everyone to look up one of the Fire Emblem characters.
Looking up
one of the Fire Emblem characters. So this is for Fire Emblem. What was the subtitle again? Good lord. Was it Wuthering? I don't want to say Wuthering Heights. I don't think that's what it's called.
For a second, I was thinking Wuthering Waves.
Fortune's Weave. There we go. Fortune's Weave. All right.
Oh, that was not even close.
I know. I had Wuthering Heights in my mind for some reason. Let's see. All right. So Fortune's Weave, and let's see. I need everyone to look up the character. I think Theodora, and I want everyone's opinion on her. I need to know what do the people think about Theodora, because I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of not paying attention until she showed up. I'm like, all right, game, all right, you're making me pay attention now.
Let me see.
That is Theodora, spelled exactly how.
Oh, I see.
You see the vision. See the vision.
I see what you're into.
Well, everyone in the chat, has everyone looked it up? Theodora from the new Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I want everyone's take, including you, Johnny, especially you, Johnny. I need to hear your take. And Ghetto, I suppose. And Chris.
I suppose. If I must take your opinion.
Let's see. You know what? Or maybe I can. That's a lot of work to open a new tab. That's a lot of labor. Let me see if I can add an image of her onto the stream. Or at least a good image, but it's not a good one. The only transparent image is too small. It's too small. Well, I did all I could. Guys, you just have to literally look it up yourselves. But yeah, so that was announced. But the actual big announcement, and Ghetto says, can't wait for the Dojins.
Oh boy.
The actual big announcement of the Nintendo Direct, though, and I already mentioned it, was that The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time will be remade and released this year, which actually that was the biggest surprise, that it was actually going to release this year, more than likely during the holiday season. And the only thing they showed off was just that it's going to have a very, very different art style. Now, I am of two opinions on this, Jack. One, I am a
Mhm.
little disappointed that all those leaks were true, and I was hoping for something different. But at the same time, I kind of stepped back and asked myself, all right, number one, am I willing to play Ocarina of Time again? Yes. Am I willing to play it in a different fashion with with a different visuals? Also, yes, because yes, the game was remade on a 3DS back in 2011, but from a gameplay perspective, they are the same game, just with just the 3DS has a better frame rate and updated polygons and textures. And aside from like maybe a few other game mechanics, like very minute ones, aside from that, they're ostensibly the same game. So, if we're gonna remake it and not just be like the same game, you know what? Go for the fences. Hit that fastball. Let's do something radically different. And as you may, as you may or may not have already surmised, with any Mario or Zelda game announced, there is going to be plenty of people online already trying to give their or either their hottest takes or making quick judgments on it for on something that we haven't even seen gameplay of. So now, of course, for those who are firmly against remakes, you know, if you're on that principle, then I can understand. You would like to have actually a new Zelda game rather than one that's been remade. For uh, and as for me, I'm actually not bothered by this for the fact that the original game is, you know, it is pretty old. It is pretty old, but not only that, I think it will be a good way for younger people to get into the game. Because one thing that I actually have started to actually put into consideration when considering these remakes is that, sure, have most of us play these games be remade? For the most part, yes. But guess who haven't? Your younger sibling, your younger cousins, the the people growing up before us. Not all of them are gonna have the same enthusiasm for playing a Nintendo 64 game, or a Super Nintendo game, or a PlayStation 1 game. For better or for worse. Not everyone's built like us where we can appreciate old graphics. That's just how it is. So why not repackage that same game and give it to people who will continue to assume assuming that everything goes well and that the remake is stands on par with the original, with a new generation that can carry on that game's legacy. That's how I'm choosing to see it. Maybe it's too sensational. Maybe it's um put putting too much positivity for something that, as Jack rightly said, it's easy money. It's which is true. Remakes are easy money, but is not always guaranteed money. So
I will say this though, as a rebuttal.
yeah,
Uh, at least to the statement that kids aren't readily accepting certain graphics. Roblox is a very, very popular game. Minecraft is a very, very popular game. Fortnite, for what it is also a very, very popular game. There has been many games that do not have like 4K HD resolution graphics that have done well.
so I'm looking at Johnny's
So,
comment.
so like, I don't saying that the kids nowadays do not want to play or like
are not as willing to play a game that is has a certain graphic setting, I feel it like it's a little bit putting down this current generation.
No, I say I'm being m- m- more so from what I observe. Now, you're right because games like Minecraft and not Roblox, not a game, but like whatever how you describe Roblox. I don't know the right word for it. Yes, right. They have very uh primitive or very stylized visuals compared to a lot of modern games. However, their controls don't. Controlling an Nintendo 64 game will be more frustrating to a child than controlling Minecraft.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, there is emulation.
No, it doesn't. It does. Yeah, yeah, but that's that. Unless like again that unless you're like a parent that goes out of the way to, or someone who goes away to kind of raise the kids to appreciate old games, and there's definitely a lot of people who do that. Uh, and talking about excluding those, even with emulation is not going to inherently change controls baked into a game unless you purposely remake it. You can make Legend of Ocarina of Time look good, look as good as it can be, as it really can be, with its original graphics. It won't change the fact that Link moves like it's 12 frames a second. And if you do what the 3DS did, and you do bump up those frame rates to do so, he still has that same movement. It's just now the animation cycle doesn't look as choppy.
I don't know. The way I've seen kids these days play games, I don't think they're stupid enough to not be able to emulate, because if they can follow an easy guide on a, like, they don't even need to read, they just need to follow a video online,
Yeah, but emulation.
and they will do these things.
Yeah, but emulation is not something that a more normal child is going to choose. Not unless they get deep enough into video game as a hobby, then I could see that. But if that's not the case, they're gonna go to what's readily available to them within as in a console, or if they have somewhat the know how to like something they can access through Steam. I'm not saying that they can't figure out how to emulate,
They do have it.
but I'm just saying it's less likely to happen.
Steam has a dolphin,
I
like, literally set up into.
I
But again, like, I am still in the camp of saying that if they wanted to play these games, they would have. And
that's
that
that's true.
I don't think adding in pretty graphics would incline them to stop playing Roblox. Hell, I'm pretty sure someone might have already went ahead and recreated Ocarina of Time through Roblox.
I'm
Because again, Roblox, you can create anything, so I'm pretty sure
I,
they recreated that game.
I'm sure, but the kid who played Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and enjoyed the Zelda games, there's gonna be a new Zelda game coming up that's gonna have at least the same type of spectacle those games have, and for him, it's going to be a new adventure for him of something that he's either a little bit familiar with or he's not familiar with at all. And trust me, a lot of kids, a lot of young people, and especially in the generation after us, their first Zelda was Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom.
I mean, either way, the people that played Nintendo games, like the kids that do have Nintendo games, they actually do have emulation in the palm of their hands. It's the Switch itself.
That's
And most of them
that's
that do have Splatoon and play online have they have the requirements to play an online, like, actual access to the N64 stuff with their own with the controls of the Switch.
I, yeah, but they can say that about everything, and yes, a kid can potentially has the potential to learn and understand it and emulate games, but they must have that desire to want to do that, and the only way that is instilled in them is they're raised by
But
someone
like
who
I'm not
can.
I'm not talking about like downloading and getting an emulator. It's literally in the palm of their hand. The Switch N64 section, there is the Game Boy section,
Oh,
there
that's
is
what.
the
I'm sorry,
NES
I
section.
misunderstood. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Then
That they literally have the game in the palm of their hands.
you're right. I'm misunderstood. I'm right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That yeah, that is definitely an option, and is there for them. Doesn't mean you want to try a new version of something you've played before, and it's also very possible. Is also very not possible, but it's also the reality that there will be some older games that they just can't vibe with. Whether it's they don't know how to, they haven't yet figured out how to approach it because it's an older game, and older games have a very different feel compared to most modern ones that is very hard to sometimes translate over. It's it's a very much a type of feeling of when playing older games compared to newer games, because you have to have a very different type of mindset and expectations than the than with a lot of modern games, and that's gonna be kind of the hurdle for a younger person to have. And the remake can provide that transition to be like, all right, here's something that it's a little bit familiar, but you'll still be able to still be able to play it and still be able to experience something that either was other something that was a bit off-putting or a bit too obtuse for for them to understand. Of course, it doesn't mean they're going to well, when I say never, doesn't mean that they can't figure it out, because they definitely can't figure out playing old games if they're willing to try and actually feel the intrinsic reward to doing that. But that goes into all the different types of uh, type of players that exist, and the players who want to go through that challenge of learning the game. Um, Unfortunately, don't make up a large amount of the gaming audience. They're definitely there, and there's definitely a few of them here in this chat, but they don't make up a large portion of people, unfortunately. But anyway,
The only thing is, I hope that the game does make changes to the point where it's considered like a whole remake and not just like just upscaled graphics or like retext, like like the updated graphics and stuff.
oh yeah, like what they
Because
did with 3DS.
and also I just want to make sure that the price is not absorbently high for no reason.
Oh yeah, that's gonna yeah. It better not.
Because
It better not be
that
$80.
is my main reason why that is the main reason why I say emulate. Because if it's gonna be the same game but with updated graphics, I am not gonna fork over $60 for this game. And I don't want a kid to fork over $60 for a game they could have played on their Switch 1 and 2 and the N64 section if they had their online membership.
Yeah, that no, you're right on that. Consider it. I mean,
See,
it's not.
that is my main problem.
Yeah. Consider what we've seen so far with just a drastic different art style. It's not much. Honestly, it's not much to go on because we haven't seen no gameplay, and we'll definitely be seeing more of it as the months go on. It's just at least it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I'll put it that way. Ghetto says, and I wouldn't want a kid to fork over 60 bones to play Yakuza Kiwami 3.
See, I'm for the people. Vote for me. I'm for the people. Hack. I'm gonna defame Hack. Hack. He just wants mediocrity. I am for the people.
If of course I want mediocrity. I play Xenoblade. I kid. They're fine games. They're the perfect Nintendo repellent games. That's what they are.
I don't know, the Xenoblade games, the one thing I do say about it, oh, what did I just press? The the one thing I will say is that they really did optimize the game very well for the Switch.
Oh yes, oh yes. Just what was uh, there was something about mine. So I think to kind of end my point on Ocarina of Time, at least Ocarina of Time. I think that game's gonna be a hot topic, and I think more over so or not, the next 6 months are gonna be a lot of. There's gonna be a lot of YouTube video essays. I can tell you that. I can tell you that right now. If there's not already being one made already, and I will watch none of them. Chris says kids deserve more, adults deserve less. Jack Roosevelt. Oh man. But
Don't let this man diminish your intelligence.
I'm just
You may have a very, very low literacy rate. You may not be able to do your multiplications, but God started, you can play Roblox.
hey, man. All I could say is, as a kid, I just wanted to play on my console and with whatever games that was there.
Man, for me, I was poor. I was scrounging for things to play.
I mean, I was like that too, before things got better. Actually, you know what? To your, so this is kind of half and half to your point about emulation. And I say it's half and half because it's not like I knew what I was doing, but I more so understood what the concept, because my first experience with Ocarina of Time and with Super Mario 64 wasn't on a proper Nintendo 64. It was, I think it was one of my uncles on my dad's side of the family. I think he burned those games on some sort of emulator onto a CD. I think that's how it worked. And so you could play them if you put it into your computer CD drive. And that's how I played them, with like some cheap knockoff Xbox or PS2 controller that had a USB connection. And that's how I play them. Granted, I don't know how well they were. They definitely were optimized, but they were like, oh, there's a games I can play on a computer, like the ones are like on my GameCube or on my Wii or whatever. No, my GameCube. So, but I didn't understand how it worked. All I knew was like, if I put the CD here, like the disc, like on my console, then I could play it, and that worked until it didn't. So there you go. All right, I'm sure there's plenty of other games we overlooked because I already mentioned Castlevania, which I'm glad is coming around near my birthday, so that might be my birthday gift, and probably a bunch of others that I either overlooked or I'm not aware about. But a lot of games, and you know what? At the end of the day, everyone go, play what you're excited for, and don't. And for me, I don't want to be a negative Nancy and either shame people or what's the word I'm looking for? Or
mock.
Yeah, shame or mock because they're playing the game. We're playing the game that I'm not personally excited or invested in. At the end of the day, it's their money. They're gonna choose the games, the type of games they want to play. And I'm sure for someone else's perspective, someone would feel the same way about the games I played. So at the end of the day, no one's gonna be happy with the games you play because you could be playing something else. Jack, how could you play FF11? Don't you know you could instead be playing RuneScape on the Switch? How dare you?
I tried RuneScape. I didn't like it.
You didn't try hard enough. See, you kids today, you don't know what it's like.
It's just like my brother all over again. Oh, you didn't try the game hard enough. Like, no.
Back in my day, we wish we had games like that all the time, but I didn't have money to play for the subscription. All right.
I'm using a 30-day free trial.
all right then. We come to
Oh,
closing. Oh,
last thing.
go ahead.
This is just a reminder for people that save your money because probably around midway next month, we're gonna have the Steam summer sales pretty soon. They're gonna happen soon. Save your money. You might, if you're looking for a game and you're about to put it in your cart, stop it. Stop that. Take it off your cart. You wait until the summer sales. You don't know if it's gonna be on discount, and you're gonna kick yourself if it is.
No, be like me and ignore it all because the money's tight and you can't really be buying games right now.
Well, if you have the option to buy games, I am probably gonna end up buying Hack here, Gotham Knights, whenever it comes out on summer sale.
Get it for
Because gosh darn it, I still want to play the game with you. I want to play the game with someone.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Is closer gonna get to a new Arkham like game, which
Well, except if I play Lego Batman, that one looks cool.
I still want to play that on a console, and at this point, I really don't trust my PC to handle any more modern games. Not unless it's out.
Wait, you have Wait, sorry, Ghetto. You have Gotham Knights or Lego Batman?
Like he's referring to Lego Batman.
Oh, damn! I was about to say all three of us could play Gotham Knights.
He could be Batgirl. Because I know he would. Oh no, wait, it's Gotham.
He does.
All right, you're Batgirl, and if you don't want to be Batgirl, then you can be Jason Todd because I know you love that character. You love him. Ghetto can't stop talking about how Red Hood is his favorite comic story, and that he really loves the Red Hood and the Outlaw New 52 run. That's right, I said it. You love that run, and you hate the Rebirth run. You think it's stupid.
You got it better than me there, Ghetto. You got it better than me. I got it on release day. Yeah.
You know what? When that game, you know what? I have enough money. If that game goes at a deep discount, I'll get it. And all three of us can save Gotham City. And with that, let's go ahead and end our spectacular episode of the Hack Jack Show. Jack, anything you have to announce to our audience?
Tomorrow I think I'll end up playing some more Final Fantasy 11. See what I need to do. If not, it might be a different game. Where I'm just gonna have to see how I feel. I think we're gonna have some rain tomorrow, from what my mom was saying. So who knows? If it's bad, then it'll be up in the air. But other than that, God knows what's gonna happen for Friend Friday. I have no idea. It's been on and off. People's schedules have been busy with Friend Friday. So if there's nothing happening on Friday, I will do a solo stream. So I gotta keep those up. And hopefully all of y'all have been watching me struggle to make videos, mostly because of laziness, but I did manage to make a video this week. It's on my channel, or not my channel, but my TikTok, because YouTube does not like a lot of the things I post, it seems. So there you have it.
All right, and I've also released a video on my solo channel with my full final thoughts on Daredevil Born Again season 2. If you watch it, if you want to mostly hear my full take on that season, that's again on my solo channel, The Only Hack. And currently right now, in terms of video projects, things are up in the air right now because of something I mentioned last episode. There was an update regards to my ability to edit YouTube videos in my spare time. I can't get anything concrete more than that. So right now I'm kind of in a weird unknown area until I know exactly what's gonna be going on in a few days. You're more than likely either give confirmation either in the next episode or at least uh in the very 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 near future. But I'll still be here to do these live shows, and I and I still get and the long term video projects. I'll still make time to at least put progress into those. So, with all of that said, thank you very much for watching, and we hope to see you guys next week. And hope everyone enjoyed it on the replay and on the live chat. We thank you for our audience being as active as usual. And this is Hack and Jack. Sign off.
Good night, everyone.